Welcome back. We learned about the image composable function. In this video, we're going to learn about another composable function, which is the button. The button composable in Jetpack Compose is a fundamental UI component used to create clickable buttons in your application. It's part of the Android X Compose material package and provides a material design styled button out of the box. However, it's highly customizable to fit your app's design requirements. Before we dive into the button composable, if this is your first time here, please like, subscribe, and comment below. And if you are already subscribed, please comment, share, and please provide us with your thoughts about this course. I'm looking forward for your comments, and I love to see my students and my subscribers commenting on my videos. Here's a simple example of the button composable. Let's start with a new composable function named as my button. And to use the button composable, we start with button. Also, you can notice that Android Studio suggests for us the code. So tab, if I click on tab, you can get this code. This is due to the AI code completion, which is active here. So this is a very good feature in the Android Studio latest versions. Okay, you can enable it or disable it. Alt plus enter to import the button, and make sure you don't import the button of Android.widget or button in Compose UI semantics. We need to use the first one, which is the composable. Okay, here on click, we need to handle button click. Let me move Ctrl and left click to move to the button composable. And here we can notice the parameters of this composable. Let's start with on click. The button composable has several parameters that allow you to customize its appearance and behavior. The on click parameter is a lambda function that is called when the button is clicked. This is mandatory and defines the button's primary action. For example, here we need to print ln button is clicked or button clicked. Run. And we didn't call the composable function. Let me go up and here remove display image and set it to my button. Let me run again. Scroll down and here we go. We have this button. Click on it. Let me go to the look at. You can notice that the button is clicked. Click it another one. Button clicked. Another time, button is clicked. So you can see that we handled the click event on this button. Let me check another parameter, which is the modifier. Modifier allows you to customize the layout and appearance of the button, such as size, padding, or background. Common modifiers include modifier.size, modifier padding, and modifier.background. For example, don't worry, we're going to cover the modifiers later on. Okay, so here let me put modifier dot padding 16 dp, add padding from all sides. Also, we're going to use fill maximum size or fill maximum width. Make the button fill the available width. Let me run again. And here we go. This is our button. If I go to the look at, click on it, you can notice the button clicked message appears. Okay. Now, another one is the enabled. This parameter determines whether the button is enabled or disabled. When false, the button becomes non-clickable and visually disabled, grayed out. For example, let me show you here. Enabled equals to false. run. You can notice that the button is not available. If we go to the look at, click on it, nothing happened because it's disabled. Okay, let me make it by default true. The shape defines the shape of this button's container, border, and shadow. We can use predefined shapes like rounded corner shape or circle shape. For example, shape equals to a rounded corner shape, 16 dp. Run. You can see that the corners are more rounded. Then we can use the colors, customizing the button's color, such as background, content, and disabled colors. Use the button defaults.button colors to define custom colors. For example, here colors equals to button defaults.button colors, and we need to specify, for example, the container color and the content color. From where we can get them, we can go to the button defaults. We can set the button horizontal padding, vertical padding. Also, we can set the content padding. We can set other paddings and other variables. These are very, very wide customizations using the Jetpack Compose. Also, if you notice that we called the button colors, so back to the button, we can search for button colors. We can get here the button colors. It's another composable function containing the container color, content color, disabled container color, and disabled content color. We can specify all of these parameters here. Okay, but I can set the container color to color.red, for example, background color, and the content color equals to color.white. Let me run. Here we can see the customization, the highly customization using the Jetpack Compose. So this is how we customize, how we learn the new features of Android Jetpack Compose. So colors equals to button defaults. If I go to button defaults, we can get the button colors. So if I need to specify the button colors, I search for button colors and see what are the available parameters of this composable. So these are nested composables. You can notice that we are creating the my button composable, and this is a nested composable inside my button composable, and inside the button we have the button defaults. Inside the button defaults, we have button colors, composable, and so on. So this is the nested composables, and this is the power of using composables. Another one, border, the elevation, the content pattern. So for example, we can specify the borders here. So border equals to border stroke 2dp color.blue. Run. You can notice the border. So border will add a border to the button. Use border stroke to define the border's width and color. We can see another parameter, which is the elevation. Controls the shadow elevation of the button. Use button defaults dot button elevation to define the custom elevation. Run, appear. Okay. So this is the customization and power of using the buttons. There are another parameters we are not interesting. Content padding, you should add the paddings, the spacing value to apply internally between the container and the content. The interaction source, representing the stream of the interaction for this button, you can create and pass your own remember instance. We're going to learn about the remembered instance and the handling states and state hoisting later on in the next videos. Okay, so congratulations guys, we learned about a fully customized button for our application in Jetpack Compose. One last thing we need to mention here, we have inside the button, we can specify another composables like text views, edit text, images. But in this example, I use the text called click me. So here, another nested composable. Run, and you can notice that the button text is changed. So congratulations, guys. We learned about buttons, how to design them, how to customize them. And I should remember you that please, if you like these tutorials and you want to push us to make new tutorials and make new lessons, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. I love to see your comments below on our videos. Moreover, if you want to master Jetpack Compose and get enrolled in my bestseller course on Udemy, please check the description and the links below. Master Coding, the complete Android 15 course part 2. This is about Jetpack Compose, help millions of people to learn Android Jetpack Compose. You can apply your coupon here, starting with Master Coding 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. So every month I increase the number. For this month, I added the Master Coding 3. You can apply it and get 35% off or 79% off. Okay, congratulations, guys. See you in next videos.